So I think I'm gonna do a day in the life today. So let me get some context. It's about 9 o'clock. The guys typically wake up around like 8:30, 8. Dell is downstairs sleeping on the couch because this guy is in some kind of weird space where he's crying and waking up and whining more often than any normal baby should. And we're just hanging out upstairs to give Dell some more time to like relax and sleep. She's probably asleep. But this is a Saturday. Also, Dell and I talked briefly last night about like, you know, what's going on with us, and because I was just like, man, how do we get back close? Because that's what happens when, you know, we're just distance creeps in and then we're not close, and you know. So I kind of struggle with the words because that's what happens with me a lot. I don't necessarily know how to broach the conversation because I don't fully understand what it is that I did or didn't do. So I was just like, man, you know, we're distant and I'd like to be close. To Dell's credit, because sometimes I wouldn't say anything until I knew what to say. And I just had to kind of like speed up my timeline of processing. So depending on where you started watching our vlogs, you may or may not know that I got a bit of a thing for technology and cell phones. Let's just show you. Now these aren't all mine. My goal for today is to get this kind of working so Dell can watch Hulu on it when she's in here cooking because she likes to watch Chopped. It inspires her. So I gotta get that together. She's been watching it on one of my phones. Listen, don't judge me, or do. One thing you have to know is that I get deals on all these phones. I'm not buying these phones like outright and stuff like that. Dell got these containers for the cereal. I think they were like 50 bucks, but I like them. She got them so she can grab them with one hand when she's holding the baby. All right, come on guys, let's pray.
Daddy Jesus, food, amen.
We're gonna call that breakfast. Siri, play Baby Come to Me. Y'all, I don't be using Siri all like that, but sometimes it's convenient. I'm pretty sure if Dell is up in there kinda, she's like, what is he listening to? So we're just gonna listen to some tunes today. Coming up, Belmont.
I'm sure there's so much more to live for.
Jojo, did you still want to read the book?
Yes.
Okay, come on. A. A is for Achilles. Achilles.
Oh, I'm reading it too. Let's read that one.
Yeah, let's read a different one.
How did you sleep?
It was okay for the most part. I look forward to the couch that I want. Whenever we can find it in the color I want.
You should go look at couches
It's no shape. Mommy.
Are we gonna get one though?
No.
Stop.
So I got a hard drive, 8 terabytes for the low from this guy. You know, that doesn't matter. And I just dropped it. I was like, ah! The boys mocked me for like a good 30 seconds. The reason why I dropped it is because I was trying to put it on my desk hastily because this guy was about to fall backwards on the floor. So, you know, he's more important than a hard drive. It still works. Thank either God or the manufacturers. Dealt me breakfast, so that's always a plus. So we're kind of like easing our way into some normalcy. That's good progress. We actually are going to get out of the house. The plan is to go to maybe look at some furniture It's like, man, we need a new couch and we need a new camera so I can know what I'm looking at. Anyway, you don't care about any of that. And our couch is a struggle.
Bob's Furniture. This feels good. I like this. This is kind of what I'm looking for, but just, of course, not this color.
So she gonna hand me the baby, talking about the little bit I'm doing. Like, what you doing? You just looking at stuff. How hard could that be?
Okay, thank you.
It's kind of ugly. That material is kind of ugly.
No, it's not. Feel
It
it.
is. That's you. I said it's kind of ugly. She says, no, it's not. Feel it. How'd that work?
I'm hoping this is it. This is it. Yeah, you can sit up here. This is it. Or like what I want. I mean, this is just like what I'm looking for as far as like the depth of the pillow cushion and like how you just sink in. And like this right here is like the size. It doesn't need to be a like
Just talk about it.
a love seat, but something kind of like a love seat. So I'm trying to figure out where can I nap at. Can you see me with my little jacket? I mean my little blanket.
It's like, if I can't get close to that booty, I don't like it.
There's room.
So Dell is trying to pressure me into buying a sofa. And I'm not pressed. I feel like a day to wait is an okay idea.
To wait for what?
It's a commitment to spend like $1,000. We have debt. We have people we owe. It's like something you can sit on. Anything?
I mean, it's like I know what I want. I've been wanting a couch for a long time.
I get it, but I'm not really a fan of going out to the store and just buying something. You know what I mean? Just off on almost a whim, in my opinion, not yours.
So we didn't buy the sofa, and how can I say this? Because I know which one I want. I'm ready to pull the trigger. It's just a matter of how do we want to go about purchasing it. And with this program that they offer, it's not financing like I thought it was. It's not traditional financing. It's weird. It's like leasing fees, but they talk about an interest rate within the first 4 months. But after like the next, like once you enter into the 5th month, if you haven't paid it off, then your payment schedule is like. It was just weird, and she really wasn't able to answer all of my questions the way that I would have liked. We're just going to have to pay for it the traditional way, because whatever it is that they got going on, it's a little sketchy. And lately, I've been sleeping on the couch last couple of days.
I kicked her out of the room, y'all.
Even JoJo laughed.
Role reversal around here. It's like, look, if you can't, you know what I mean? If you can't, whatever, then you go downstairs. You feel me?
You're funny. You're very.
I've been sleeping on the couch because Saya is going through a developmental leap and a sleep regression, and I cannot handle his crying at night and screaming sometimes. It's a bit much. So, which reminds me, part of the reason why I'm on the couch has to do with you too. Like for like the first, I think 2 days of Saya having like a really hard time staying, sleep. I just felt like I was kind of manning him by myself. I would just be laying there, sleep, not doing anything, not being helpful, not trying to help carry the burden or the load. I'm just like, while I'm sleeping next to you, and just being just a ball of just getting angry. And it was just the first night actually, it was me being like extremely upset on top of being extremely frustrated with him. Well, I just got up, got my robe, put my pants on, came downstairs and got on the couch.
See, I feel like it's important to be operating from the same playbook because I'm more easygoing than Dell is. Stuff doesn't bother me as much as it bothers her. So it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, we hadn't talked about it. We hadn't come to terms with any type of agreement. So it's like, I was in the dark.
Yeah, but I mean, you didn't even get up one time that night to be like, hey, how are you? What's going on? What's the playbook? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? You know, tag me in. What do I need? You know, I didn't get anything from you. You were just in bed, saying nothing, doing nothing, and I didn't appreciate that. Especially considering the fact that, like, at nighttime you could probably carry more of the burden because you can get up and be able to fall right back to sleep. I don't have that luxury. Once I'm up, it takes me a long time to get back to sleep.
I just feel like there was a lot of things that were unknown.
Ask questions.
I feel like volunteer information.
I feel like it just feels bad having to be like, hey, you know, do you mind? Can you, you know what I mean? Like, be up, you know, with me, so then I can have a conversation with you, as opposed to constantly having to, like, beg you to participate.
You never do. There's no constancy in it.
Yes,
you don't beg. You don't. Yeah, a lot of our nighttime woes is you brooding silently. It's not you having a conversation. It's not you like you even have a conversation with Sasha. Where Sasha was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna sit there. I'm elbowing him like, get up." Because in contrast, you were like, "No, I'm not doing that. I feel like you need to be up." So no, we don't. It's not. I don't. It's like.
Turn it around.
It's like from 1 to 10. I mean, I'm talking to you, so I'm looking at you. Like the scale, and this is me winging it, but the scale for Dell is 1 is I'm gonna say nothing. 2 or 3 is 10. That's what you just communicated basically. And I feel like that's what you feel like. I'm not gonna be constantly bothering and bugging you, and it's like you never do. But even if you started to say something, that will feel like constantly bothering and bugging me.
It's like we are both upstairs in the bed at nighttime with Saya sleeping beside us both. You hear him, you feel me getting up. You like you can get up. You can get in the game. That's my thing. Like you like to sit on the sidelines and wait for me to like coach you the entire time and every time. It's like, nah. Get in the game and be with me. Let's figure this thing out together, as opposed to me having to come up with the playbook and wake you up. And it's like, why does that always have to be on my shoulders?
This was night 1 of that.
No, this was not night 1. This was the first night that I decided to come to bed because I couldn't take it anymore. This is probably like night 3.
That doesn't
because there was a night where you did, you did participate.
I just feel like things get complex because of the narrative that you want to inject into things. I didn't look at it as though it was like a game to get into because I'm not bothered necessarily.
But you know I'm bothered.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I would. I don't know that I was thinking about that. I just don't know. And then I feel like we didn't really have the conversation about like what he may be going through until like that next day or maybe that day before, and we hadn't had like a game plan. It was just like you were introducing these concepts about like, yeah, he may be going through a 7-month regression and he may be, you know what I mean? It's like it was May, and then we went to bed that night.
I don't know what it is. Like,
yeah, but I feel like you had internally some type of game plan, and it was never shared with me.
I'm figuring things out, and as I'm figuring things out, I'm just moving along. And if you're not a part of the me figuring out process, then
I need to ask you.
I feel like you should be interested enough. You should be like, it almost feels like be in the game. You know what I mean? Like I have to pursue, and like you saw me reading Wonder Weeks. You didn't ask nothing about Wonder Weeks. You didn't grab the book. Have you read it? Have you started thumbing through the chapters or anything like? I'm being proactive and I'm being intentional because this is Ivan. Don't do that. I'm being proactive and I'm being intentional because this is a situation that is what it is. What are you doing? Coasting.
I'm over here, kind of nodding my head.
No, you are not. You weren't nodding your head.
I know what I was doing with my head, D.
You were just processing and thinking, but you weren't nodding your head.
This is a nod of the head. What it means in my brain is irrelevant. What I'm saying is I'm over here nodding my head. I feel like at the end of the day, there's a difference in preference for what the other person would like to see happen during nights like this when it's whatever.
So your
You would
preference is
prefer me to be inquisitive, and I would prefer you to be explanatory or expressive.
Inquire and I'll express.
That's unfortunate that you take it there.
I just feel like you need to be more involved as opposed to waiting for me. ... You know what I mean? You can fill in the blanks. Instead of waiting for me, jump in.
I feel like I can come to terms with that, but that's your preference winning out.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying that that's a bad preference. But I feel like I don't process things on the same wavelength that you do. It's like I just try stuff. I don't necessarily need a game plan. I feel like if I gotta get up and grab him, I'll let him wild out for like 5 to 7 minutes. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would do. I'd let him sit there for like 3 to 4 minutes before I get up and I grab him. I'd let him sit there for 15 minutes before I get up and grab him. Because I'm always trying stuff in my head. I don't necessarily have to have a game plan. Because again, I'm not bothered by it. I shouldn't say that. I'm not as bothered as you. I mean, it's annoying. He's screaming in the middle of the night. It's annoying, but it's like, not like, oh, I got to pull out Wonder Weeks and figure out what's going on with this boy. I'm like, he's a baby. He's crying.
Yeah, there's an explanation. There's a reason behind it. And there's more ways to trying to figure it out in addition to just trying stuff. Like, I'm cool with the trying stuff, but did you do anything? Did you try anything that night?
I didn't deem it necessary. All right, I feel like that's enough of Masterpiece Richards for the night. Feel free to chime in. If you can relate, let us know. If you can't relate, if you're Team Dell, you suck. If you're Team Ive, you rock. If you are Team Dell, I feel bad for your spouse. Because they're probably not as civilized and amenable as me, and they probably are more hardline than me. Good luck with that.